This is Johnny Cofield, the Coach Cofield Show, talking to a local legend, Mr. Jacobbi McDaniel, former Florida State football player and Madison Cowboy. How you doing today?
Coach Cofield. I'm doing well, doing well. Can't complain.
Man, you're one of the guys I remember a long time ago. We did some games with Madison before quarters online, and we followed you and kind of followed your career. But first of all, talk about the journey that you had coming to getting to where you are when you got from Madison to Florida State and beyond.
Okay, yeah. The journey was definitely a memorable journey. Just starting off in Madison, just being a kid growing up playing football, just love playing football and just love playing sports in general. And for me to be rewarded by um, being recruited by some of the top schools in the nation was just a blessing. You know, just some things you just love in life, and you just that's like your rewarding those type of things. And I've always taken advantage of the recruitment, the school, receiving my degree from Florida State. At first, it wasn't my main priority. To be completely honest, my main priority was to get to the NFL as fast as I can, as best as I can. But sometimes our plan isn't the way. It's God's plan, and I had to honor that. I had to respect that. At first, I did not know, or I sometimes people always say they never question God why, but sometimes I think it's okay to ask him why. And just going through my college career, I just all the injuries and the setbacks that I had suffered, I was just why. But I knew it was nothing I can do about it. So I just had to continue to strengthen myself in other areas. And that was becoming a better student, becoming a better person overall in life, and just becoming more of a well-rounded person. School, outside of school, um, with the people, with the fans, just becoming an overall person, better person. I think that was my main objective, and I can say thus far in my life, I'm doing any and everything that I've ever dreamed. I'm living a dream right now. My life is great. I thank God for the people that are in my life as of right now. And just I'm just taking it day by day.
Well, what are you doing now?
I'm a realtor. I'm a realtor here in Tallahassee. I
Also,
work for, yes, sir. I'm under Spirit Realty Inc. of Tallahassee, Florida. We do sales, we represent sellers, buyers, and we also do landlord management. So if you're looking for a property to rent, um, we can provide that for you. If you're looking for a property or a home, first time home buyers to purchase, I can help you with that. Even if you're looking for your home to sell, I can also help you with that. So right now, as soon as I was done with college and I went to the NFL for a couple of years, and I came back, and I was blessed to have met my current broker now. That was my part-time job in college. Sometimes people in college, they don't really, I guess, get in tune with real life. And I was just blessed to be disciplined enough to get in tune with real life. And I had a part-time job, and I was a broker assistant. So now I'm a realtor, and hopefully I'll be sitting for my broker's license in the near future.
awesome, man. That's awesome. But going back, growing up in a small town like Madison, what do you have different experiences than some other kids when you got on Florida State campus, when you in a new environment? Not necessarily Tallahassee is not that big, but it's a different. It's different.
It
Talk
is.
about that.
Just coming from Madison being a small town, just primarily being known for football, sports, and you come here and you see a lot of guys that's from the city, from bigger towns, and it's a lot more that they know, and it's a lot more things that they engage in. It was just coming to school and just playing football, and just keeping my head down and trying my best to give my best to the university, but not only the university, to myself. At first, I always used to put other people first, but as I've gotten older and I'm continue to get older, it comes a time in life where you have to become selfish. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you have to become selfish and you have to put yourself first. And however you want to identify that or define that, that's your way of thinking. But just coming from Madison, it was always, well, let me do this for Madison, let me do this for the town, or let me do this for other people. And sometimes you get overwhelmed with that. And so it kind of hits you late, but you really want to start doing things for yourself, and you want to put yourself first. But just growing up in Madison, it definitely made me appreciate the small things when I came to Tallahassee, because Madison is not that much. So coming to Tallahassee, it was like, oh wow, this is bigger than Madison, but to other people, it may be smaller than where they are from. So just coming to Tallahassee from Madison, it was definitely an eye opener, and it was a blessing. So I tried my best to take advantage of the opportunity.
Who was your high school coach? I forgot.
Coach Frank was the head coach, but
Okay.
And loved and respect Coach Frank, but I had more of a relationship with Cole. That
Coach
was my
Man.
Coach Cole. That was
He just
my
won a
guy.
state title up in Georgia.
He did. He
took that cowboy stuff up there.
He did. Congratulations to him. Big
Man,
time.
you guys coming from Madison, always when the Madison Cowboys, which I had to talk about Cur Dog and
oh yeah, absolutely.
It's sort of like it's a environment. When I went there, I coached one time in the All-Star game and had a couple of guys from your school. They're a little bit different. Always hard. I was like, dang, we in an All-Star game. We're not, we ain't trying to kill each other.
Yeah, but I think that just comes from the way we were raised. In Madison, it was a time where the offense and defense that you run in Madison, you're going to run the same thing in middle school, and you're also going to run the same thing in high school. So by the time we got to high school, we pretty much knew everything. And then not only that, we knew the main thing that was taught in Madison was physicality. You had to be physical. If you are physical and in shape, everything else will come together. But those two things, hit and breeze, hitting.
Coach against a couple of teams in Madison. They bring it. They bring it in Madison. I have to give them credit. It's always you're going to be in a dogfight. It's going to be tough. And playing at what it was, Boot Hill.
Boot Hill. That's it.
Oh my goodness, that's a tough football game against you guys.
It is, and some people, they're not used to the country. When you look out and you see cows, you see the woods, and then when you come up to the football stadium, it's cold, especially around this time. November, it's cold, and then you look on the home side, and we had the whole home side just packed out. The whole town basically shut down. So it's like, wow.
That small town flavor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Pride.
So when you left there, you came to Florida State, and I know it was a new adventure for you, it was awakening, I guess, and playing the big time football. How did that affect you?
I'll say when I first came to Florida State, I was ahead of the guys that I came in with. Oh. So when it was doing the basics, like the fundamentals, the teaching and everything, I knew all that. So that's why I got a lot of playing time my freshman year. I knew it. But the other guys, they didn't know it. And so I felt like maybe my freshman year, the coach, he didn't take as much time with me as he did with the other guys, the younger guys. And then on top of that, he had to police the older guys because the older guys, remember when I first came to Florida State, we were 7-6 or 6-6. So we were always, average. And the older guys, and respect to them, but they weren't really doing what they were supposed to be doing. So I guess I just kind of got lost in the shuffle as a freshman.
Wow.
Looking for someone to look up to or to, I guess looking for that big brother or someone to just look up to and learning how to carry myself not only from a high school but to a college level, because the high school now that's small talk now.
Right.
You up here with the big dogs. So just going from that to college, and the guys who I came in with not really knowing the basic fundamentals, and then the guys that was older than me, he had to police them too, the defensive line coach. So it was just like I was lost in the shuffle. It was like just enough to get through for right now. So I just had to deal with that. Then on top of that, the injuries that I had suffered my freshman year. So as soon as I got to college, the injuries just started piling on. I'm just like, wow.
Do you think, like you say, you were ahead of the game when you got there? Was that came from what you learned at high school in that kind of environment where you're at Madison Cowboys?
Yes, absolutely. My high school coach was Rod Williams. So he played at FAMU.
Oh, I know Rod. Yeah.
Yeah. So he played at FAMU, and he also played in the AFL for almost like 10 years with Tampa Bay Storm. And he also won some Arena League championships. So by him coming back, I knew everything. Like he had put me ahead of the game. He put all us ahead of the game. And it was just learning from him. And then in the off season, not only working out at the high school, I had an uncle, man, who really took up some time with me. When I say he took up a lot of time with me. So my my summer vacations really weren't like the normal kid. I had to sacrifice. I went from football to basketball, basketball to baseball. So when I wasn't doing baseball, I was working out with my uncle, and I really had to sacrifice. So I really never had no off time ever since middle school, 8th grade, and from then on out, my uncle taught me how to lift weights. So even when I came to Florida State, I knew how to lift weights. I knew how to do, just the range of motion. And a lot of guys did not know that. And I was just like, wow, you guys don't know this. So it was definitely an eye opener.
Man, now getting into college, where did you go in pro football? What did you?
I had went Cleveland to the Browns. To the Browns.
Wow. They weren't doing too good.
They were not. Cleveland, the NFL is a different type of ball game. And what I mean by that is when I went to Cleveland, I was a tryout guy.
Right.
And I made the team. I went through Ricky minicamp, OTAs. I went through everything. And you can look it up. And it's stories out right now that's saying that I was affected by the numbers game. Right. And I really did not know what a numbers game was until I was in the NFL. And at my position, that's where the most money was invested. But it was nothing invested in me. It was invested in the other guys. So it was like the GMs and the owners, they're going to get their money worth out of these guys, whether they suck or not. These are the guys we're going to put on the field, and these are the guys we're going to ride or die with because we have some money invested in them. And if they do or they don't, doesn't matter. So, just me coming out as a try guy and still making a team and still making some noise. But at the end of the day, it was a numbers game, man. The guys who they had to guarantee and pay that money to, that's who they went with.
Yeah, I know quite a few guys that went in the pros, had a relative or two go to the NFL. And I understand that when you say the numbers game, I understand that you can kind of tell where they headed based on how much money they got invested in the guy.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and that's why I really don't have no regrets. And after the couple years I spent in the NFL, I really didn't have the desire to play no more. To be honest, it was just like, man, you know what? I achieved a lifetime goal, a childhood dream. I done got the experience. I done been in the league for a couple years. Um, the small money that I made it. I can
All
go
right.
back home. I have my degree, so I'm not stressing for that. I have some money to where if I don't find a job, I'm not stressing with that. But I knew coming back that I had a job already with my broker who I was currently working for. So I just knew that, and I just came back, and I just wanted to live a normal life anyway. Just never having that time to just set my own schedule. So I broke my fibula, dislocated my ankle,
Dang.
had a neck problem, hyperextended my elbow. I had surgery on my groins. So, it was
Oh
time. It was
man,
time. It was time.
I understand
It
that.
was time.
Um, my college career ended kind of quick with a bad knee injury, and take that. Just imagine in the '70s, technology is nowhere near what
Ooh.
it is now. Stuff that these guys go back and play right away. Back then, that was almost a bad knee injury. Your career is over.
Wow, wow, yeah, it is, and the thing is, I know a lot of guys want to achieve that dream of just playing in the NFL and just being that physical specimen. But the only advice I would give to the younger generation and the younger guys that are chasing that dream, still chase that dream, but always have a backup plan. And your backup plan can be as simple as getting your college degree and really being serious about your classes. Because right now, to this day, I've started reading books. I'm on my 24th book right now. And I stated that to some young guys, and I was just like, yeah, man, I read book in my free time. It was like, you read books. I'm like, absolutely. Yeah, you have to, but we're not taught that. Growing up, I wasn't taught that. I wasn't taught to read books. Reading books are, for nerds. But
Right.
as you get older, those nerds become the owners of the companies that you are applying for. And you really have to be honest with yourself. You really have to be honest with yourself. And even if you do make it to the NFL, it's always life after the NFL. So it's going to be life afterwards. So depending if you stay 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it's going to be life after sports.
Now some of the things that I was told that you got a lot of opinions about a lot of things. So I like to dig into some of that. First thing I wanted to know, uh, your opinion about NIL. Uh, you played football when they didn't have it, and now what do you think of that?
I guess we had to crawl before now these guys can walk. You know, man, just coming out of high school and just think about being attached or having that much money to your name. And you don't have to do as much. But now, at first, a lot of us thought it was a positive thing, but now it can go either way. It can go either way. It depends on your school and if they get the targets that they want. The NIL, I thought it was a great thing. And I also thought it was great now to win games.
Right.
Florida State went 13-0. You'll think all of those guys will come back, everybody will be happy, but now everyone wants the NIL deals. They want the money. So it's like we went 13-0. I was a big contributor to that. So what's in it now for me? If you all don't have the money that I'm requesting, then I'm gonna go somewhere else. And it's just like, man, do we really want to win games now? Do we? I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You either win or you don't. If you don't, guys gonna leave because they're gonna want something better. If you win, guys gonna want NIL deals. But how I thought the NIL thing worked out is the better you are, like the more companies will reach out to you. But I guess it's through the boosters of the school or something like
And they
that.
have
I
what
don't know.
they call a collective. And if you're a top superstar, they'll look for you. Most of the time,
Exactly.
especially is the quarterbacks, receivers, and
Yes,
quarterbacks.
absolutely.
Somebody that name get called over the intercom quite a bit.
Absolutely.
But looking back, the guys. The one thing that seemed to me that went along with the NIL was the transfer portal, where guys just dipped and they started. It used to be a time when you transferred, it's because you wasn't getting any playing time or something. You found
Exactly.
now
Exactly.
it's well, how much NIL I get, and they leave. Because some of the guys that transfer, I'd be shocked. I said, well, why is he going? And I understand it's about you better get what, because some kids make more money now. I mean, in college than they did when your first year in the pros. They make quite a bit of money. It's
Right. That's true, but it becomes a time where you have to have pride. You have to have pride for your work. Sometimes in life, you can do everything correctly, but you still won't get the end price. And it hurts.
right.
It hurts a lot. Man, I'm talking about it stings, man. Just imagine coming out of high school and being the top recruit that I was. And my last 2 years at Florida State, they set a record for guys being drafted. And I wasn't one of those guys. I could have easily packed it up.
Right.
Easily. But life goes on. But these guys, especially at Florida State, man, you come from a 4-7 season,
Right.
then you win 10 games, then you win 13 games, and now you have guys transferring out. Man, it's a bigger picture at the end results. Right now, if you are mad, like I thought the NIL deal is, if you are mad, go in the offseason, take advantage. And then when the season come around, that's when you dominate. Then that's when the NIL will find you. But if you're doing it just for the money, you in for a rude awakening at the next level. Because you have to do what you love, and that's in life in general. The money will come. You just have to do what you love. Just find something you love doing. Find something you love waking up every morning and just love doing it. Take pride in it. And then the money would come. See, a lot of these young guys, and I know some of them were saying that their families, you don't know the situations of their families, but the families need to realize that too. Don't put that much pressure on young college players. Put yourself in a position, or take pride in whatever it is that you are doing, and just make it work until the kid hopefully gets drafted. Because what if he doesn't get drafted? And then the parent or whomever it is, their guardian may be mad at them because they didn't get drafted. And it's like, why are you mad at me? Like I didn't tell you. I mean, of course, I may have told you I was going to take care of you, but it's not my job to take care of you. I mean, if I'm in a position, I will. But I think the parents just need to do a better job of stop trying to get this fast money and start making their kids really go to school. And if the education is formed, go for it. But not only that, I think you learn more about life, about becoming disciplined, about adversity when you do go to school, when the cameras are not looking at you. Like, who are you going to become? What type of person are you developing away from the cameras, away from the show, away from the people? Because at the end of the day, if it's now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, the cameras are going to stop. You're going to be out of the NFL, or you're going to stop playing football. Sports ends, but life does not.
That's a heck of a quote you just said. I like you follow behind the things that you learned in school. and I know you didn't have all this when you first got there. Some of the things that begin what you would give these kids. Do you talk to kids through camps or anything that you give them advice?
I do not talk to kids through camps, but some some of the players there now, I'm the type I don't like to talk to them out in public. You know,
Oh,
if they contact me through my DMs, I will definitely speak with them. But I think a lot of these guys just need to just be the best that they can be, and don't wait until um I kind of want to talk to when I talk to them, I want them to understand that I'm not trying to make you do something you don't want to do, but this is the reality. I didn't get in trouble in college. I didn't fail no drug tests. I did everything that was asked of me, and I still didn't get drafted. I was a five-star athlete, number one D-tack in the country. You know, number five player in the country. On the majority of the and I still didn't get drafted.
right.
So it's man, when life really come at you, you really have to humble yourself, and you really have to be disciplined, man. But it's a quote that my mom that I stick with, that she told me, you can't miss nothing you never had.
True. That's
You
true.
know, so
That's true.
so a lot of people, man, how did it feel, man? I know you went to the NFL, but you didn't have a career in the NFL. Man, that's okay to me. It it was never promised. It was never promised. But I'm here now. You know, you won't see me
Yeah.
walking around with my head held down. Um, I don't achieve a lot in life, and I'm gonna continue to achieve a lot. There's some guys that went to the NFL 5, 10 years and came across a lot of money, and some of them are doing worse now than they were before they went to the NFL, because a lot of them blow through that money. A lot of them don't learn life skills. They always think everything's supposed to be handed to them, and I'm seeing it firsthand. And that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how life goes. And a lot of them don't understand that until it's over with, and the people that were in their corner are no longer in their corner because they can't benefit from what that person can provide them with. So
Yes. I've seen
um
it firsthand. I saw kids they blow a lot of money when they first get in. They act like they're gonna get it the rest of their life, and they don't. And when they
no,
don't get it, they can't handle it. They don't have the
that's
skills
true.
you're talking about. I've seen it. I mean, I know people who have done that, and it's sad to have blown through millions of dollars and don't have anything at the end of the process. It's supposed to be a blessing to, go to the NFL, make a lot of money, be able to take care of your family. And some of them,
Yes.
they run through it and they act like they spending money. They're gonna be in NFL for 40 years, and it don't work that way.
Yes, yes, yes. That's true. That's very true. And you ask yourself, because I give some advice to some of the guys who I used to play with, and I tell them straight up, I never had this much money. I never came across this much money. But the best thing to do, man, is do smart investments. If you can't find any smart investments, hold on to the money. It's okay to just let it sit in the bank. Hold on to it. And some of them guys, some of them just feel like, oh, you trying to tell me what to do, and a lot of them want a lot of yes men around them, and I'm not that. Never been that. Never will be that.
Yeah.
Never
Now
will be that.
you had I would say a successful football career. A lot of kids
Thank
don't
you.
even
Thank
make it
you.
to college. I mean,
Yes, sir.
you got
Thank you.
you got a chance to play in big time school, big time program, and I mean that's a success to me because I know a lot of kids. Majority of them not gonna go to college and play football. They might
Right.
go to college. They're not gonna go. And then what I used to tell kids, I mean, enjoy being where you are. Enjoy being a high. If you're a good high school player, that's fine. It's
Yes.
other things to do in this world in this life. But kids,
Yes.
you teed with a lot of things. And let me ask something a little bit further back, like a month ago. What did you think? What happened in Florida State football in that with the college football playoffs?
We were done wrong. A lot of people are saying, well, the quarterback got hurt, so you all don't deserve to be in the playoffs. And it's like, yeah, you are correct. You are correct. We don't deserve to be there. We earned the right to be there. You are absolutely correct. We earned it. If you go 13-0, and the type of defense that was displayed this season shut down the Heisman Trophy winner, the quarterback from LSU. And there's no other quarterback that's in that playoffs that's even half as good as that kid from LSU. And the type of defense that we have, we are well-rounded. That defense is not ran by one person. Even the offense is not ran by one person.
Right.
And it's like, man, so you telling me that we don't deserve, or we haven't earned that right to be in the playoffs? Years ago, or even a decade ago, defense would have got the recognition.
Right.
And even if you have a starter QB or an important role player to get injured and you still win the games and you find the ways to win, you was respected for that. You got credit for that. Hey, this team find a way to win. This team find a way to win. And it's like you get rewarded for that. But now everything is just about money and I guess they need the SEC to be in it to be involved. So I guess every year moving forward, I think the whole college football needs to know the SEC will be in it. And so now it's going to a 12 game. I meant to say a 12 team system. So I meant to say the SEC may take up 6 of those spots.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think a lot of people need to prepare themselves for that because the people that owns the ESPN, Walt Disney, they all have a contract with the SEC, a $300 billion contract. So, hey, the SEC, it's sad, man. It's sad. Politics.
Have you talked to any of the guys on the team?
I have not. During that time, I'm pretty sure they just kind of want to unwind and still somewhat enjoy the 13-0 season,
right,
but still kind of feel like they got the short end of the stick. So I'm not that type of former player that I always want to be involved with everything. So, I've been on social media and, I kind of do my own thing. I kind of say my own stuff. Yeah. So, hey, either you hate it, you love it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to still be me. I'm going to continue to be me.
Well, the last thing I really want to get into, ask you, what you kind of already answered it, but I usually ask people, what kind of advice would you give to players coming up and some young men in your situation? What would you tell them? The 5-star, the 4-star, the 1-star?
Take your visits and make every college team feel like they have to absolutely put their best foot forward to get you. Don't make no team feel obligated that they already have you and that you are willing to come to their school. You have earned the right and the privilege to take your visits to any and every school that you desire. Once you get to a college, don't owe you no loyalty, but nor do you owe any college loyalty. Any football program, any college coach is bigger than one player. So if you go into a school just for a coach, you may not need to go to that school because that coach can be fired that next year.
Or he could be gone to another job.
They can be gone. Or they can be going to another job. And while you went to that school for that one coach and you felt like, you owe him that, and now turn around and he's going to another school for more money. So take your visits, have fun, and make every school absolutely put their best foot forward to get you. Make them
And
do that.
one other thing, I kind of jumped ahead of myself. I usually ask everybody, talk about some of the people that influence you in your life to help you through your journey.
Oh man, the biggest influential individual that was in my life is my uncle. Just growing up without no father, it is. I mean, it's so typical in our community. That's why I never spoke on it. Don't speak on it. I don't want no sympathy from anyone, so I don't speak on it. But yeah, my uncles, man, my especially one, he was always there for me. Just growing up, he taught me how to not only play sports, lift weights, build physical specimen. He also taught me how to be a great human being. He also taught me how to properly pronounce my words, uh, proper grammar, and I was learning this in middle school, even though I'm not perfect. And during the times when I started doing interviews, he always used to tell me to watch that. Oh man, yeah, So
Um,
he was always that father figure for me. But all in all, I knew he was my uncle, and he did the best that he can do, and he gave me as much time as he could. So I never took it. I won't say took advantage. So I never took it for granted. I'm always appreciate him. I'm always love him. Even just having a cell phone, he put it in his name. He was paying for it. My first vehicle, it was in his name, but I had to pay for it, and I did and I paid it off. My first college vehicle, because I felt like I owed him that because he trusted me and he put it in his name for me because I didn't establish credit. I didn't know what credit was. And that's another thing that just kids that's growing up playing football. Football is maybe a fraction of the world or what you would learn in the world. And even if you do make it in football, you need to know how to manage your money. You need to know how to manage your relationships. You need to know how to manage your schedule because at the NFL level, it's all up to you. They give you the money, and however you manage it, it's all up to you. And you have to take care of your eating, your livelihood, your family, um, any and everybody. So just take that into consideration because even if you do make $2 million the first year, taxes is already going to take half of that, and then you have to take care of yourself. You have to pay your agent 2 to 3%. The majority of the time, it's 3%. So all of that money is already gone. Well, the majority of it, and then you have to take care of your um, uh, immediate family if you do have an immediate family.
right.
If you do have a kid, a significant other, or a wife, then you have to source out to other family members or friends. So just take advantage and learn how to learn life first. Learn life. Please learn life. Please learn life, young guys. Please learn everything you need to know about credit. Please learn everything you need to know about money management. Just learn life. Please be respectful to any and everybody, not just the people that can do for you, but other people as well, because it make you feel good inside. It make you feel that much better about yourself. Just being respectful and just having a good ether. Your ether just being great. So just learn life. Just be a humble individual.
You're not big as you used to be.
No,
Uh,
sir, not at
you,
all.
you did a transformation in the body.
Yes,
If you
sir.
want to
I
let
always knew I was meant to be a small guy in the heart. See, my legs, my ankles, and everything is pretty small, and I always had quick feet. So, like I always used to tell people, I was born to be a small guy. Just so happened, I came out the womb 250. So, So I had to deal with it at first, but as soon as football was over with, I knew I had to get that weight off me because us ex-athletes, once we get comfortable, we don't want to work out as much because we've done it our whole entire life. So I had to change everything from my workouts to where you go from wanting to be bigger, faster, stronger to where it's all about enjoying the training sessions. You go in the gym and lift heavy weights to now I barely lift 135 sometimes. I touch some heavyweight every blue moon. And what I mean by heavy is maybe 225, 185. I don't need all that strength. I'm 34 years old now, so I don't need it. So now I'm kind of in that mindset of protecting my joints. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Yes, you have to protect your joints. A lot of people think it's your muscles that break down, but it's really the joints instead of the muscles. So that's what I'm doing now. And I knew I had to get the weight off me. And I was active. I was fresh out the league. I was still young. I still had my mental, my physical that was well enough to where I can just get it off. And that's what I did. I took a year being disciplined and I just got it off. I had to.
And I looked at you on Facebook and I was, man, who is that dude? I remember him when he was taking up a whole chair.
Yes, sir.
Now he look like a wide receiver,
Yes,
running
sir.
back or something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, it's been a joy to sit up here and talk to you. I'm totally impressed. Never got a chance to sit down other than the interview. Long time ago, man. You are an impressive young man. And whatever you
Yes,
do in
thank
life,
you.
I hope you be very successful and do what you got to do. I love to talk to you again, maybe in the future, find out what's going on, maybe give your opinion of other things because you seem a very opinionated person.
Oh
And
yeah, absolutely.
it has been a joy. I appreciate you spending time with us at Four Quarters Online.
Oh yeah, yes, sir. Thank you all for having me. Thank you all for taking the time out and just wanting to do an interview with me. So I definitely appreciate you all for that.